I'm at Middelkoop with Nautel customer service. Today we're going to take a look at setting up the preset scheduler. The preset scheduler can be found in the presets page. We'll get there by selecting presets from the main menu. From here, selecting preset scheduler from the left takes us to the scheduler page. At the center of the scheduler page is the calendar view, which displays 1 month at a time. There are buttons at the top of the calendar view to move back and forward through the months. At the top right of the scheduler page, there is a button to bring the calendar view back to the current month and a button to add a new rule. Below these, there is a button to enable or disable the scheduler function. It will show red or green to indicate the current state. The Rules panel will list all of the rules that have been created. It has buttons to add, edit, or delete rules. Below this is the daily view, which will show all the preset activations that are scheduled for the days selected in the calendar view. I currently have no rules created, so to make one, I'll need to click the Add button. This brings up the rule editor, which has all of the parameters needed to create and modify rules. The first of these is the preset selection. This defines which preset this scheduler rule will activate. The time frame is the period during which a rule will exist and perform its preset activations. This is defined with a from or starting date as month and day, and a to or ending date as month and day. The time frame can be further refined to include or exclude specific days of the week by selecting and deselecting them from the list. For this example, I'll select them all so this rule happens every day during the time frame. The from time defines when the rule will activate its preset for the first time during that day. The to time needs to be set to sometime after this to create a valid operating window for the day. The preview panel shows that this rule will activate its preset at 8 a.m. For a rule that just needs to do a single activation, I can set the repeat interval to zeros so it never repeats. Selecting Self-Delete will delete that rule's instance after it's finished for the day. Let's hit save and see how the scheduler page changes. The calendar view shows a rule on all the days I selected in the time frame, and my rules list now has one rule in it. By selecting a day in the time frame, I can see the activation scheduled. Preset 1, 8 a.m. The calendar view stops showing the rule once the time frame has ended. Selecting my rule in the list enables the edit button, but I can also edit it by clicking the rule in the calendar view. If I want this rule to be able to activate its preset more than once during the day, I'll first need to extend the window by changing the to time. Then I'll need to set a repeat every interval. Let's use 1 hour. With the interval set, we can see the preview panel updates to show the new activations the rule will perform, once an hour, on the hour, until 5 p.m. If I was using this rule to activate a preset that plays a station ID for a minute at the top of the hour, I would want it to be active from the first minute of the day to the last minute. Then I could make another rule that starts at minute 1 of the day and goes to the last minute to activate my normal preset on an hour interval. The interval can be set to anything, but it's only needed if the rule repeats during a day. This rule is now set up to activate preset 1 every 3 hours starting at midnight. Another rule could be used to activate another preset with its own start time and interval to create an alternating pattern. With the rule saved and a day in the time frame selected, the daily view now shows all the activations that are scheduled. Preset 1 every 3 hours starting at midnight. Presets activated by scheduler rules remain active until another preset is activated by a different scheduler rule, a modulation loss function, or a user input through the front panel AUI or remote inputs. I don't need to use the preset scheduler right now, so I'll select and delete this rule, and then I'll disable the scheduler entirely so that I don't have any surprise preset changes happen. As with everything else, I can come back and make changes here later if I need to. For now, there's nothing else I need to do, so I'll log out of this session. I'd like to thank you again for staying with me through this video, and I hope you'll join me again for the next as we continue to explore Nautel's new HTML5 AUI.